I can arguably say that Sableye is one of my favorite Pokemon. Besides Sylveon, Sableye has its own page in my Pokemon binder too. Essentially because Sableye was my first ever shiny Pokemon. You can tell how dated the picture is because I took it on my iPod of all things, and just the general way I kind of hashtagged everything. It's giving 2010s Tumblr. But I can remember specifically the day I got my Sableye. I was walking through Reflection Cave when I ran across a really weird looking yellow gremlin. It honestly caught me by surprise. Also, can we take a second to just appreciate the bottom screen of the 3DS in these games? It's so pretty. While I did move my Sableye up to the newer games, its information is still present in my Pokedex and my copy of Pokemon X. So now, Lieutenant Bytes lives out his days of retirement in my copy of Pokemon Shield. And yes, his name is Lieutenant Bytes. Extra points if you know where that's from. And that was where my shiny Sableye was gonna spend the rest of his life. That was until Pokemon decided to announce Pokemon ZA. Pokemon X was actually my first official Pokemon game. I had always loved Pokemon, but unfortunately I was one of those poor kids that kind of fell victim to the whole Pokemon is for kids mentality back in our younger days. So I essentially missed out on Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, along with Pokemon Black, White, and Black 2 and White 2. I don't know what got me back into Pokemon. I think I had just bought a new 3DS, the nice purple Galaxy one, and I just wanted a new game to play. But when Legends ZA was announced, I had an idea. The date was actually approaching of when I first caught my shiny Sableye. Back in 2014, which was maybe around more than 10 years ago. Me realizing that my Sableye is just as old as the target audience for Pokemon. But back when I was playing Pokemon X, I don't think I had my Sableye on my team. So this time around, I was going to have my Sableye on my team. There was one small problem though. If I am to eventually transfer my Sableye to Pokemon Legends ZA, he's going to be too overleveled to have on my team. So that just means I have to find another Sableye to take his place. And I knew exactly the perfect location to where to find more Sableye. So after arranging my sandwich worse than an underpaid Subway employee, I was on my way. Okay, so this is not going to be hard at all because literally all that is spawning in this area is nothing but little Sableye. I know a lot of people don't really like the yellow on Sableye, but I think it looks alright. Also, fun fact about me, I had only recently learned about shiny Pokemon back when I first got my Sableye. I think I had gone down the shiny Pokemon rabbit hole and watched videos by Jay Witz, and that's just kind of where I learned about it, and then lo and behold, I get my first ever shiny Pokemon. I don't know if he's made any recent videos or not, so I've just been sticking with shiny Catherine right now. So if I hadn't known about shiny Pokemon at the time, there might have been a good chance I would have accidentally knocked it out. But thankfully I had just researched, and I am so happy that I still have my shiny Sableye even up to this day. I know a lot of people probably don't have theirs because of either game corruptions or something happened to their copies. I actually had to make a second sandwich because my timer ran out. Thankfully enough of them pop around me, but I'm hoping that it doesn't like spawn in the walls because that's just been a problem in this game. There it is! There it is! Come here! Come here! Now I gotta make sure not to mess this up.
6.5 hours later.
I know I have a lot of luxury balls, but please just get in it. Oh my god. Does Sableye have a low catch rate? I don't even know. It's just used so many Pokeballs, more than necessary. Critical capture, thank you. So now I had a lower level Sableye I could move to Legends ZA. But of course, I'm pretty sure a number of you already see another problem with this. It was still too high a level. I could put it on my team as just kind of like an extra Pokemon in case like I start to be having some trouble with a gym or something, but it just doesn't feel fair. I want my Sableye to grow with my team as I go along on my next journey. So then I got to thinking, the only way I was possibly able to get a low enough level Sableye was if I breed one. Which is exactly what I did. So I went on the GTS to try and find a female Sableye and even preferably one in a really nice ball, which I did. I'm hoping the female can at least pass down her Pokeball so I can have a nice aesthetically pleasing shiny Sableye, but that might be asking for too much. And I was actually surprised I was able to find a Sableye for a decent trade, because we all know how much of a wasteland the GTS is. I had originally planned to use the Masuda method in my Violet copy, but I found that just standing around and waiting for the eggs was just kind of boring to me. So I just decided to move the Sableye over to my copy of Shield. I don't know if I'm just superstitious or something, but I feel like I have better shiny odds using the Masuda method in my Pokemon Shield than I do in my Pokemon Violet. I don't know if anybody else feels like this. This was actually kind of an off and on hunt, because there'd be times where I would get around 200 eggs in a batch and I still wouldn't get my Sableye. And I do have the shiny charm. I guess I've just been spoiled by Violet with just how fast the shinies spawn. It kind of makes me wonder what the shiny method is going to be for Legend ZA. The Masuda method is usually a nice go-to way to kind of get any shiny Pokemon. So now I had a fresh level 1 Sableye, which I appropriately named. Unfortunately, it didn't get its hidden ability, neither did it get the Pokeball from the female Sableye. Personally, I'm not someone who pays too much attention to like stats and abilities. If I did get it, it would have been just nice. And as far as the Pokeball goes, I am a little bit disappointed, but at the very least, it did get the Timer Ball that my original Sableye is in. I don't know, it just feels more fitting. I also know that Legend ZA probably won't have the transfer option immediately out the gate, and if that is the case, I'll just wait till I'm able to transfer my Sableye over. I really don't mind waiting a little bit, but with all that, I'm all set. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit different than my usual content. I'm not a PokeTuber by any means, but my Sableye just means the world to me. Although I do have 2 other video ideas when it comes to Pokemon, so look forward to those in the future. If you guys made it all the way to the end, thank you for watching.